Timestamp. It's August 2nd, about 8:30 p.m. I'm going to be going to bed here in a minute. My schedule's all kinds of out of whack. I got up at 1 in the morning after going to bed at like 7 p.m. yesterday. Got 5-ish hours sleep. I don't know if it's the Wellbutrin or just the anxiety that the Wellbutrin is supposed to help with. I don't even know. Pix and I were running around today getting stuff done, running errands. I think my coffee maker died. It's not a good situation. That's not a good situation. I mean, it's just like $20 one from Walmart. We typically, and it may be time because we kind of go through one a year. The hard water here just kills them. It's funny. When my mom was bringing everything that Pix and I had at their place here, because my dad didn't want our stuff in their home. I had a bunch of coffees there, and I was like, okay, well, and again, it was, I think, an $18 white plastic coffee maker from Walmart. I'm like, well, I mean, you brought all my coffees, but you didn't bring my coffee maker. Because I was thinking, have it as a backup. Because this one was eventually gonna. She's like, you don't have a coffee maker there. I'm like, yeah, I do. It's the one on the counter. And she's like, no, we've had that. It's like, okay, no, I bought that from Walmart. And she said, well, remember I told you we had a coffee maker and you just had to find it. You obviously found it. I'm like, yeah, no, I never did find your coffee maker. I bought that one. I have the receipt. And she's like, no, that's the coffee maker we've had forever. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you. Because this is a year ago. Like, thinking to myself, maybe it looks a lot like the one you had or have or whatever, but you're having some cognitive issues too. I didn't say it, but thinking it, I remember she had just been in the hospital and she was still a little dicey. But we had been told by a couple of the nurses that she was showing some cognitive decline symptoms that probably weren't based on medication or, current situations. They were there, a real thing. They exist within my mother. So she was staring at the electric bill. I think it's Duke or something like that for Pasco County. And she was staring at it because I'd been helping her with, the books, keeping things paid while she was in the hospital because Dad doesn't do any of that stuff. And in our house, it's typically me that does that kind of stuff. I'm just better. Kelly is good with the numbers and the bill paying and all that. I'm just kind of better at it. There are things she's better at than I am. We're a very backward couple. I mean, I've been known to build things, but she's kind of more a fixer in the respect of she knows more about cars and she took electronics in college and all kinds of stuff. And I just, my answer is you call the guy. When something breaks, you call the guy. So we made a deal a long time ago. I handle the people, she handles the machines. And she has social anxiety, so that kind of works out for everybody. But yeah, my mom was staring at, I want to say it's Duke. She's staring at the power bill, and I'm watching her and I'm thinking, okay, there's a problem. They overbilled her, something's going on. And she's staring at it. We're gorfing it up. One of my kids asked me what Gorf was. I'm like, it's a video game from the 80s. It's kind of like a more flashy Space Invaders. There's like different boards. It's not the same thing over and over. The same 5 boards rotate once you get through them, but that's beside the point. It's my favorite arcade game. I mean, like solo play, favorite arcade game. But anyway, so she's staring at the power bill, and I'm thinking, oh crap, something's wrong. We're getting hustled by the electric company. Not that a utility company would ever do anything shady. I'm not trying to imply that. And she stops staring at it, looks at me and says, "What is this?" And I thought it was some kind of a trick question. I didn't know where we were going with this, because my mom has an unusual way of communicating. It's probably where I get it from. So I tenuously said, "It's the electric bill?" And she looked at it again. She said, "Should I pay it?" I really thought she was trolling me, even though this was kind of an odd sort of trolling from my mom. So I decided to play back. I was like, "Well, do you like being able to see inside your house when you're walking around? Do you enjoy the TV? It's really up to you." And she looked at it again and said, "Okay, then I should pay it." And it was then that I realized she'd been staring at it for, and seconds seemed like an eternity, but I would say probably at least 30 seconds, because that's long enough of a good solid silence to make something kind of awkwardish, to the point where I'm second guessing, like wondering if there's a crisis around the corner. During that 30 seconds, she was, even though they've been there for over 10 years, she's paid that bill every month, for 10 years. Because they always seem to send you a new one. You take care of one and that's not good enough. Here's a new one. Try again. It's weird. So she's been paying them for 10 years every month. And at least for 30 seconds, a minute, she didn't understand what she was looking at. So, I mean, I know my dad is way worse and way more far gone than that. My dad puts something down and 3 minutes later doesn't know what he did with it, and sometimes swears he's never seen that before in his life. True story. He's convinced, I don't know if I've mentioned this before. If I have, I apologize. But he'll be walking around with, an item, and he'll be using this item all week. And, Monday through Thursday, he's using said item. Friday, he'll find said item in his workshop and say, "Where'd this come from?" It's like, "You had it all week." "No, I had this is cream of chicken soup, some kind of generic label. "No, I had a Campbell's soup. I wouldn't get this. I don't know where this came from. The burglar must have taken my Campbell's and left this." It's a real thought pattern. He thinks that this burglar, who, there is a real burglar, there is somebody that's at least getting into their backyard, and I know that. I've seen the boot print. Nobody in my family wears cowboy boots, and it was a very distinct cowboy boot kind of shape. And I've seen the bending on the fence where somebody's climbing over. So, yeah, that part's legit. But this will be inside the house, which my dad has locked down like a fortress. And it's like, "Dad, no one's been in the house. No one messed with your cream of chicken soup." "Well, no, I had Campbell's." "You've had that one all week." "No, I wouldn't get this." Sir, you've had that one all week. Where's my Campbell's? Where'd you put my Campbell's? Did the burglar take it? The burglar hasn't been in the house, Dad. This is what you've had all week. Nah, that's ridiculous. And I keep trying to explain, because my mom is actually kind of believing him a little bit, which is really upsetting. Burglars don't swap. Thieves don't trade with you. You know, they don't take your really good DeWalt drill and leave you with, you know, a Black & Decker from 30 years ago. They don't do that. They take. That's what thieves do. They steal. They don't bring extra stuff with them so that they can swap with you to gaslight you or make you think you're losing your mind. No, that's not what's going on. But can't seem to quite get that point across where my dad's concerned. And my dad and I are fighting for my mom's sense of reality, I guess. I don't know what else to put it. One of my kids just came creeping in. So, yeah. I may need to get a new coffee maker tomorrow. As far as the one that's at my parents' house, because my dad only does instant, which to me is terrifying and disgusting. If you drink instant, I'm sorry. No, really, I'm so sorry. The only bright side to the coffee maker being there is I know it's not being used, so it's not being broken unless my dad threw it out or did something to it because he realizes that it's mine, which that might have happened. But if it's still sitting there on the counter because it's their coffee maker, that I have the receipt and the box for right here, when I get that phone call and I wind up having to go over there and deal with stuff, I'll have a coffee maker already there. Yay. Keep feeling like we're right around the corner, like I'm going to be getting that phone call. I don't know. In other news, Simone apparently did very well in Paris. Very cool, especially considering her last adventure. You know, she definitely got a raw deal on that. No one should ever have to put up with anything like that. I know it takes its toll on your brain. So I'm glad she was able to get back in the mindset, compete, and I guess she took the gold for all around. And that's a good week's work. Nice job. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Go team. And in other news, from a political standpoint, I don't mind the idea of contributing to a campaign, but I'm kind of, and maybe you're like this too, but I want swag. I want something, and I didn't like really. I'm a coffee mug kind of guy. In case you haven't figured that out, I didn't really like most of the Kamala gear. Just didn't do anything for me. But they still had some of the Dark Brandon mugs. It's got like his face and the sunglasses color changing with heat. So I way overpriced. They're not just selling the merchandise. You're making a contribution and they're giving you that. But I got a couple of Dark Brandon mugs on the way. I made my first political contribution ever. I've never done that before. No, I take that back. I think I did do, yeah, like 8 years ago. I think I did do like 24. It was like the recommended amount. I think I did do like a $24 donation to Bernie's fund. Yeah. And to be fair, I like Harris. I'm not necessarily a fan of Harris, but number one, he cannot be allowed to win. He cannot be allowed to go back into the White House. He will destroy us. Project 2025, Agenda 47, whatever you like to call your diabolical plan. And again, about Project 2025, 100+ people that are involved in the project, writing it, doing the videos for it, are people from your staff. You know about it. You've spoken at Heritage Foundation events before. They're the ones that wrote it, along with, again, 140 of your people. You know about it. Quit BSing us. You know about it. They put together a play-by-play for you because you don't understand politics, so they gave you a guidebook. That's what it is. This is what they want you to do. Just follow it step by step, and you can dismantle the United States government. Ready, go. It was like Blue Man Group right there. Ready, go. But yeah, I like Harris. I'm not like woo, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. Biden's gotten a lot more done than I thought he would, considering he's not really even a progressive. I kind of am. My ideal ticket 8 years ago, quite frankly, when Bernie and Hillary were having their special moment, and I do maintain the DNC kind of shafted him on that. They had picked Hillary. The DNC had picked Hillary. They did not want Bernie. They did not want a progressive candidate, even though a lot of Trump's populism, or what he was pretending to be populism-wise, he got from Bernie's playbook. He tried to be a right-wing Bernie, and it worked. He won. But yeah, my ideal ticket, this will tell you a lot about who I am, would have been Bernie Sanders with Elizabeth Warren as a running mate. I think that, it's one of those get to heaven and ask God, hey, how would this have turned out? But that would have been my dream team ticket. Because she's big on education, going after big banks, big business, accountability, and capitalism. And he's just a fair-minded man, But I think Biden is a good man. I do, and man, that had to have been hard for him to not, to step down and go, you know what, okay, fine, I won't run. That had to have been hard. To not see it through. As hard as he's worked on this, and I think he's for real, as dedicated as he is to what America is supposed to be. That had to have been hard. Damn. That took some strength of character. And I know how stubborn old people with cognitive decline can be. Yes, I do. But anyway, I just took a shower. That's why I got this look going on. Trying to kind of calm myself down so I can actually sleep. Because I've heard it's a good idea. Anyway, we'll do this again. Make it a great day.